welcome to the special broadcast. I'm Akshita Nandagopal, and over the next 30 minutes, I'll be reporting from outside the seat of power in Karnataka, the Vidhan Soudha, to get you all of the big political twists and turns that have taken place in the state of Karnataka in the last 1 week. And what a week it's been. From one camp and another camp pushing for the chief minister, for the throne in Karnataka. We've seen parleys, we've seen camps being formed, factionalism, all-out fights, and even the big question mark of what happens now in the national capital. So we'll be getting you all of those updates over the next 30 minutes. One chief minister chair, two contenders, endless plots. Who will win the Karnataka crown? Tug of power continues unabated.
High Command told me, and High Command told Mr. D.K. Shivkumar also that we should meet and discuss.
Will fortunes flip at 2.5-year mark? India Today at Bengaluru's seat of power. Karnataka Game of Thrones. That is our top focus on India Today. At the heart of the Game of Thrones currently in Karnataka are two big political personalities, Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar, taking each other head on. It's gotten rather ugly with social media tones, barbs and whatnot. But let's, at the face of it, directly contrast the two leaders for you. Siddaramaiah, a Kuruba leader, versus D.K. Shivkumar, a Vokkaliga leader. Caste matters in this equation. Caste, perhaps, is the biggest factor that will decide who is going to win this particular battle as far as the High Command's decision goes. And then you have Siddaramaiah, a veteran administrator. He's been a two-time chief minister, someone who's known as someone who brings good governance, not very controversial. On the other hand, however, to take on his administrative skills is a master political strategist who's helped the Congress repeatedly pull them out of dire situations, not just in Karnataka, but in several other states as well, which is what makes this interesting, of a veteran administrator in Siddaramaiah versus a master political strategist in D.K. Shivkumar. When you look at their electoral performances, here's where it kind of equals out. We're talking about a 9-time MLA versus an 8-time MLA. So both have electorally performed. And if the High Command were to go by this one factor, it'll be very hard to choose because both have performed and how for the party. But let's talk about positions. Yes, both are fighting it out for the Chief Minister's post, but that's currently held by Siddaramaiah. D.K. Shivkumar, however, does hold equally important position. I'm not talking about the Deputy Chief Minister, but the fact that he is the Karnataka Congress chief and someone who's essentially taking the party into the 2028 elections. So it's in this particular fight that again it gets interesting because the Congress will have to decide who they want to go with, the present Chief Minister or someone who they see as a future CM face. And finally, the fact that Siddaramaiah has been talking of retirement. He's 77 years old and has been suggesting that this could be his last term, this could be his last electoral fight. So if he's looking at political retirement, enter D.K. Shivkumar at 63 years old, looking to take over as the CM face for the Karnataka Congress in 2028. That's what makes this particular battle so interesting, the contrasts and the difficulty for the Congress High Command to pick between the two.
It all began when a few MLAs from the Congress belonging to D.K. Shivkumar's camp flew to Delhi to meet senior Congress leaders. This was the third batch of MLAs from the DK's camp to have flown to Delhi. They met K.C. Venugopal as Mallikarjun Kharge was in Bengaluru, meeting ministers individually with more consultations expected through the day.
ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಮಯನೂ ಹಾಳ ಮತ್ತು ನನಗೂ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಬಿಸಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಚಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಿರೋದು ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು.
By now in Karnataka's Haveri, politics had met faith as supporters started praying for DKS to become CM. After this, it was CM's close aide Basavaraj Rayareddy who dared the party leadership and said that Chief Minister Siddaramaiah will serve his full term, adding that the 2.5 years rotational CMship was not mentioned when Siddaramaiah took charge.
If they have told at that time 2.5 years, we could have, High Command, Party High Command and observers are told that 2.5 years. But that time they are not told. When they are not told, definitely it is for the 5 years.
By now, the pressure was mounting on the High Command. Meanwhile, a few MLAs from the DKS camp returned to Bengaluru and said that they were 200% sure that DKS would be the next Chief Minister. DKS, along with Kharge Jr., met with the MLAs. Even as the Karnataka CM Nataka escalated, Karnataka's BJP dropped a bombshell. BJP leader and former Karnataka Chief Minister Sadananda Gowda said that the party was ready to form a government if DKS extended support from the outside.
DK ಶಿವಕುಮಾರರು ನಮಗೆ ಬಂದು ಬಾಹ್ಯ ಬೆಂಬಲ ಕೊಡುವುದಿದ್ರೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ನಾವು ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅವರನ್ನೇ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅದು ಕೇಂದ್ರದವರು ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ನಮ್ಮದು ಸರ್ ನಾವು
ಬೆಂಬಲದೊಂದಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ
ನೋಡಿ ಈಗ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ BJPಯಿಂದ ಬಾಹ್ಯ ಬೆಂಬಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ವರಿಷ್ಠರು ಹೇಳಿದರೆ 100% ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ವರಿಷ್ಠರ ಮಾತನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಅಲ್ಲಗಳೆದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಗಳೆದಿಲ್ಲ, ಮುಂದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಗಳೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಕೇಂದ್ರದವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ DK ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ಗೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ BJP ಬೆಂಬಲ ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಬೆಂಬಲ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ.
Karnataka's Game of Thrones continued even as hectic parleys went on within both the Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar camps. By now, the Chief Minister and his MLAs were visibly upset with the repeated pleas to the High Command. They demanded an end to the speculation.
मैं पहले से वही बोल रहा हूँ. अभी वो कुर्सी में सिद्धरामैया साहब मुख्यमंत्री होके बैठे हैं. 28 तक वही रहेंगे. अगर उनको चेंज करना तो आप नहीं कर सकते, हम नहीं कर सकते. हाई कमांड करना. हाई कमांड जो भी डिसीजन लेंगे उसके लिए हम तैयार हैं.
DK Shivakumar meanwhile put out a cryptic tweet, sending across a strong message to the High Command, stressing the importance of keeping one's word and understanding the value of the chair.
ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಪವರ್ ಇಸ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಪವರ್ ಅಂತ. ಈಗೇನೊಂದು ಮಾತು ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಮಾತು ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಮಾತು ಆಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದೇ ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದು ಪವರ್ ಅದು. ಒಬ್ಬ ಜಡ್ಜಿ ಕೊಡಲಿ, ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಕೊಡಲಿ, ನಾನು ಕೊಡಲಿ, ನೀವು ಕೊಡಲಿ, ಮನೇಲಿ ಮಾತಾಗಲಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪವರ್. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಒಟ್ಟು ಮಾತು ವಿಚಾರ ಯಾವುದು ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್.
But hours later, he disowned his post, calling them fake and false.
Sir, for CM post, do you talk with Rahul Gandhi or Kharge?
No. It is my leaders. I am not in a hurry for anything.
Even Karnataka Home Minister G. Parmeshwara threw his hat into the ring.
There is some statements have come from various people, including myself. Having put in nearly 40 years of my political life, obviously you will be considered at various levels. High Command knows me very well.
The war of words continued between Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and his deputy DK Shivakumar. Siddaramaiah appeared to taunt DKS over his post, quoting, "A word is not power unless it betters the world for the people," as a response to DKS's word power is world power message. Meanwhile, DKS reiterated his "I'm not in a hurry" statement, adding that he might visit the national capital. The KPCC chief clarified on his Mumbai visit and said that he went to Mumbai to visit a friend. Hours after a war of words, the two leaders were seen sharing the stage. At the event, DK Shivakumar reiterated that the party remained united despite the tussle, sending across a message that there was unity within the party.
ನಾನು ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರು, ನಾವಿಬ್ರು ಸೇರಿ ನನಗೆ ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಸೋನಿಯಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರು ನೇಮಕ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾನು ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಜನತೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ. ಆ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು 3 ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಏನು ನಾವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. 5 ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ.
The power tussle had now spilt beyond politics straight in the arena of religion and caste, with even seers weighing in. The Siddaramaiah versus Shivakumar battle thus took a sharper turn. Vokaliga seers openly batted for DK Shivkumar after meeting him, claiming that he was promised the chief minister's post.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರು ಹಿರಿಯರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ 75 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಬಾರಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕನ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀವು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗ್ರಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅವರ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್, ನಾನು ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಅವರ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್, ಅವರ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಹಿರಿಯರು ಮಾತು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿಂದ
Dalit seers added another layer, saying that the state should have a Dalit CM if Siddaramaiah steps down.
ಯಾರೇ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ್ರೂ ಅಥವಾ ಈಗಿರುವ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳೇ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳ ಕಡೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಗಮನ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಜನರ ಇದು ಮನವಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ದಿನಗಳಿಂದಲೂ ಕೂಡ ದಲಿತ ಸಿ ಎಂ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಬೇಡಿಕೆ ಇದೆ, ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಕಾರ್ಯಗತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ.
The BJP, on the other hand, upped the ante against the Congress. The BJP is also mulling a no-trust motion against Chief Minister Siddaramaiah during the next assembly session in Belagavi. Karnataka Congress's internal power tussle appears to be heading towards a decisive climax. With Nagarjun Dwarkanath, Sagai Raj, Anaga and Apurva in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
So the crisis that we're seeing right now in the Karnataka Congress actually stems from what happened in 2023, when there was all of this confusion and again similar power games by Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar, both pushing the High Command to be named the Chief Minister. Finally, DK Shivkumar retreated courtesy an agreement that was made that in 2.5 years he'd get his turn, he'd be made the Chief Minister. This wasn't given in writing, it was a verbal agreement, and hence the confusion, the chaos, the uncertainty that we're seeing today. Let's take a look back at what happened in 2023 when we were reporting in Delhi, in Karnataka, on the exact same situation, the Game of Thrones that we're seeing today.
A landslide victory in May 2023. The Congress storming back to power in Karnataka. But the seeds of today's crisis were sown on day one. Even before the celebration settled, the succession battle began. Siddaramaiah versus DK Shivkumar. A straight contest for the Chief Minister's chair. One, a mass OBC veteran. The other, a rising Vokaliga powerhouse who rebuilt the party's organization. Both wanting the top job, both had caste blocks, MLAs and political muscle behind them.
There's a clear divide in the Congress High Command on who should be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka, and that's making this decision all the more difficult to make. By High Command, who are we talking about? Well, if you look at the likes of Rahul Gandhi as well as K.C. Venugopal, the both of them are reportedly backing Siddaramaiah. They're saying Siddaramaiah very clearly is a mass leader, he should be made the Chief Minister. What about Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress chief who's holding these back-to-back meetings? Well, what we're hearing from our sources is that he's not too keen on Siddaramaiah as Chief Minister, but not that he's completely backing DK Shivkumar as well. So largely, Kharge's role seems to be that of a neutral Congress president who wants to take a call on what benefits the state of Karnataka. Majority MLAs are also backing Siddaramaiah, and that's a very, very big factor in favor of Siddaramaiah right now. But what goes in favor of DK Shivkumar is the fact that Sonia Gandhi is considered to have a very close equation with DK Shivkumar. Shivkumar has spoken about that time and again, saying, I was made the Congress chief by Sonia Gandhi to deliver the state of Karnataka. I've delivered.
And in those early days, the caste calculus just sharpened the race. The Ahindas, minorities, backward classes and Dalits rallied behind Siddaramaiah. Vokkaligas went all out for Shivakumar. Most newly elected Congress MLAs are said to have backed Siddaramaiah in a secret ballot. Sources whispering 60% for him, 40% for DK Shivakumar. Only never officially confirmed. Siddaramaiah's pan-Karnataka appeal and his hold over minorities, backward classes and Dalits worked in his favour. But the Vokkaliga push for DK Shivakumar was equally fierce. The community insisting their leader must finally become Chief Minister. That's when the High Command stepped in. MLAs authorised Party Chief Mallikarjun Kharge to pick the Chief Minister. What followed was a hard bargain. Followed by whispers of a 2.5-year rotation, DK Shivakumar reportedly asked for the first 2.5 years. Siddaramaiah, citing seniority, refused.
He decided to make Siddaramaiah as the Chief Minister of Karnataka.
The compromise, Siddaramaiah leads the first half, DK Shivakumar takes over in the second. Though never confirmed, it planted the expectation.
A consensus has been reached. You can see Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar standing side by side, making their way inside Kharge's residence right now. The images speak volumes of what the Congress High Command has managed to achieve right now. These are the latest pictures. They're going to be meeting with Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge. They came in the same car from KC Venugopal's residence, and that is a clear indicator, a clear message that they're sending across that all is well. Both of them right now are happy.
According to sources in the DK Shivakumar camp, the power-sharing formula was sealed on May 18, 2023 after long, high-stakes negotiations involving Siddaramaiah, DK Shivakumar, Party Chief Mallikarjun Kharge, KC Venugopal, Randeep Surjewala and DK Suresh. Cut to 2025, 2.5 years later, Karnataka Congress is in turmoil. Both leaders publicly deny a revolt. Both say High Command will decide. But the High Command stays silent, and the Game of Thrones is unmistakable. A victory that once united the Congress is now reopening old fault lines. All eyes remain on Delhi, where the final script of Karnataka's power play will be written. With Akshita Nandgopal, Bureau Report, India Today.
So let's talk about the current Chief Minister, Siddaramaiah. Why is it that the Congress wants to ensure that Siddaramaiah, even if he's going to be replaced, has a graceful exit and that he's kept happy? A couple of reasons. First is the fact that as far as MLA support goes, it's very clear which side they're on. Siddaramaiah has the numbers on his side. Most of the MLAs are with him, and that's a challenge for DK Shivakumar. The Congress knows that they have to ensure Siddaramaiah is kept happy, otherwise it could lead serious issues for them. He's also the most recognized OBC leader in Karnataka. When Rahul Gandhi has been constantly speaking about the OBC factor, reaching out to this vote bank, it obviously doesn't project a good image for the Congress if they then show Siddaramaiah the door. So this is another careful aspect that the Congress has to look into, the caste factor for Siddaramaiah. He also enjoys the goodwill of people as someone who I mentioned earlier is a veteran administrator, a two-time chief minister, and could script history as the longest-serving chief minister in Karnataka. So let's take a look back at exactly how Siddaramaiah's political journey has churned out in the last many decades, where he's in this position now of perhaps becoming Karnataka's longest-serving chief minister.
A second-time chief minister, a leader of Kuruba community, a veteran of the political game, and arguably the Congress's tallest face in South India. What happens to Siddaramaiah next may not just decide the fate of a 5-decade-long political career, but also the future of the Congress in the state. Born in 1947 into a humble farming family in Mysuru's Siddharamana Hundi village, Siddaramaya's journey from a law student to becoming one of Karnataka's most influential political leaders is a story of resilience and perseverance. Beginning his political career in 1983, representing Chamundeshwari and later constituencies like Varuna, he has been elected as MLA 9 times. Known for his strong oratory and mass appeal, Siddaramaiah made history by serving a full 5-year term as Chief Minister from 2013 to 2018, becoming the first to do so in 4 decades. His tenure is specially noted for launching transformative welfare initiatives dubbed the 5 Guarantees, which include free bus rides for women, monthly cash transfers to housewives, subsidized rice distribution, free electricity for small consumers, and unemployment allowances for the youth. These programs were credited with consolidating his political base and securing Congress a strong victory in the 2023 state elections. Siddaramaiah is also respected for his fiscal prudence, having presented 16 state budgets and balancing the state's finances responsibly. As a vocal champion of backward classes, he has championed the caste census and pushed for increased social and economic justice, positioning himself as a leader who seeks to redefine Karnataka's caste dynamics. As Karnataka's political future unfolds, Siddaramaiah remains a key figure whose legacy of welfare and backward class advocacy continues to shape the state's governance. But after over half a century of political experience, his greatest test now remains the threat within. Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, let's talk now about his direct competitor. I won't call him rival, but someone who's eyeing the CM chair, DK Shivkumar, Deputy Chief Minister and Karnataka Congress Chief. Now, here's why the Congress needs DK Shivkumar, can't afford to upset him. Because on a number of occasions, he stepped up for the Congress and how. He's a master political strategist for the Congress in Karnataka and otherwise. He's proved repeatedly that he can really pull out the Congress from all kinds of situations, which is why he's referred to very often as the troubleshooter in chief for the Congress. In any situation beyond Karnataka too, they immediately turn to DK Shivkumar for help. There's another image that's associated with DK Shivkumar, that of Mr. Moneybags. He's helped Congress financially out of his own pockets, helped the party in several situations, and that's why sometimes he's even referred to as the ATM for the Congress. Let's now take a look at this report on DK Shivkumar's political journey. He's had his run-ins with controversy, courtesy corruption allegations, but has performed time and again for the Congress.
Dodalahalli Kempegowda Shivakumar, popularly known as DK Shivakumar, is one of Karnataka's most formidable political forces. A leader who rose from a modest farming family, he has climbed the ranks to become one of the most influential faces of the Congress in the state and the party's crisis man. From early on, Shivakumar showed sharp political instinct. He entered electoral politics in 1989 at the age of 27. When he contested and won the Satanur constituency.
ನಾನು ದೊಡ್ಡಹಳ್ಳಿ ಕೆಂಪೇಗೌಡ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರಿನಾದ ನಾನು.
And he never looked back. Over the decades, he has been elected 8 times, never losing a single assembly election, a rare consistency in Karnataka politics. His political journey has seen him hold several key ministerial portfolios, each adding to his reputation as a strong, hands-on leader. But his biggest value lies in being the Congress's troubleshooter due to his consistent success in managing political crisis. preventing the defection of party legislators and forming coalition governments against the odds. Whether it be acing resort politics to keep MLAs loyal during power struggles or rapidly engineering the 2018 Congress-JDS government in Karnataka under the BJP's nose, DKS is the party's ever-reliable go-to man. A loyal Congress leader, Shivakumar worked relentlessly to strengthen the party's grassroots network. Today, he serves as the president of the Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee, steering the party's strategy and organization across the state. But his heart remains on the top job, which was denied to him in 2023 in favor of Siddaramaiah, while he got the deputy's role.
ನಾನು ಡಿ.ಕೆ. ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರಿನಾದ ನಾನು ಕಾನೂನು ಮೂಲಕ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿತವಾದ ಭಾರತದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ
From Kanakapura's fields to the highest decision-making tables in Karnataka, D.K. Shivakumar's rise has so far reflected ambition and an unbroken winning streak. In a twist of fate, though, his credentials have now presented the Congress High Command with a crisis that ordinarily the party would have entrusted him to resolve. Bureau Report, India Today.
So who will win the Game of Thrones in Karnataka? It's anyone's guess right now as the High Command continues to dither on taking a decision. But you can count on us here on India Today to continue getting you all of the updates on the biggest story, the biggest political story to rock Karnataka in recent times. This is Akshita Nandagopal signing off. Thanks very much for tuning in.